What's up, everybody? Welcome back and happy Monday. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. Go ahead and check them out in the description to this video. Today, we have a risk for the South Plains, particularly Kansas through Oklahoma, and then parts of South Texas. Oklahoma City, you guys are in the risk, so we're going to talk about that for today, as well as our risk for Texas. Going to get into all of that good stuff, wind and hail. And then last but not least, keeping our eye on this weekend. There is still a risk on Friday. Got some good news, got some bad news about it, so we're going to get into that at the end of the show here. But before everything for today, come see us. We got an upcoming event for you guys. It's the Atlas All-Stars Stadium Tour. You can go to this link here if you guys want to register for that. It's April 13th through August 17th. We're going to be in multiple locations here. It's Minneapolis first, then Ann Arbor, then Oklahoma City up on our list of locations that we're visiting. But it's happening all summer, so you guys got multiple chances to come and say hello. Derek is going to be one of the keynote speakers at this, and we have some giveaways for you guys and some different prizes and stuff. So lots of reasons to join. Come see us at the Atlas All-Stars Stadium Tour. Then yesterday, we did have a little bit of hail of note, and that was through Lubbock. Got some quarters and $half through that area, as well as more scattered hail through South Texas. That was pretty much the gist of the day, but did get some hail in population there for you for your Sunday. And then today, we're back to pretty much quiet weather for most of us for right now. We do have a little bit of storm action that has been happening through the Kansas City area. Got some quarter reports through there. And then the rest of us are pretty much clear and dry. A little bit of cloud cover in South Texas, but we do have some upper air systems that'll help us get some potential storms with our setup for today. Not looking too crazy in terms of our temperature profile. Only 70 degrees in Dallas, 54 up in Kansas City. But again, it's going to be an upper air type of day. That upper part of the atmosphere is, so they will be pretty scattered, but we could still potentially see some. Dew points are in the mid-50s for most of the South Plains, only reaching 60s once you get down into San Antonio. The rest of us are going to be bone dry across the nation as we wait for more of a temperature and humidity buildup to come back through the middle part of the week. So here's the upper atmosphere and what we're looking at, guys. So by 2 p.m., only a couple hours away from now, we've got a little bit of a bump here in our upper atmosphere jet stream, basically. And with that, we could potentially see some storms forming through South Texas. Now through Oklahoma, got another one that's going to be forming here by around 7 p.m. and that's going to force some storms to form through, Kansas, Oklahoma, and then down through the north part of Texas into later this evening. And then things should kind of shift out of the way for tonight, and we'll have more of a ridging pattern into tomorrow and more of that heat buildup that we were talking about earlier. So for today, since it is an upper atmosphere driven storm system, only quarters to $half are, the consistent max hail size that we should see into this afternoon and evening. But here's what that looks like on our future radar. Starting down in South Texas, all right, got a ton of isolated cells forming in a couple of hours here. Any of those could potentially produce some quarters here and there, then getting real messy once we move down towards Corpus Christi by around 5 p.m. So it's going to be a short-lived hail risk, but we could also get some wind out of that as it continues to sink down through the south part of South Texas into today and tonight. Then up through Oklahoma City, got some isolated cells forming just to the east of Wichita, just around the Enid area along that 35 corridor, and then towards Lawton. Any of those could produce some hail, quarters to $half, maybe a ping pong ball here or there as well. And then we've consistently seen runs putting those storms southward into Oklahoma City. It's, weird. We're usually seeing those storms move up to the northeast. Right now they're moving kind of due south, maybe even to the southwest a little bit, into the Oklahoma City metro area by around like 9:30 into tonight. And then they're going to continue to sink down to the south and kind of taper off until later this evening. So with all that combined, going to put out a hail risk for you guys in the Central Plains, Oklahoma, Kansas area, and then down through South Texas as well. Low ends across the board just from the nature of the setup, but San Antonio, you guys could see some scattered quarters. $half possible from Wichita Falls all the way up into Tulsa, and just threading the needle here between Springfield and Wichita, that corridor, Kansas there, could also get some quarters to $half later this evening. Then for wind, also low end chance for most of us in the risk today. San Antonio, you guys are pretty much the city in our South Texas risk there, so low end chance for you guys for hail and wind actually into today. Then Wichita Falls up through Tulsa once again, low end chance for you guys with any of those cells that pass through. So that's today. Going to be pretty quiet tomorrow. I think we're going to be taking the risks pretty much day by day here as we wait for a larger scale system to move through. This is what we're looking at on our overall jet stream here. We got this big ridge that's sitting pretty much across the nation here from, you know, the west coast to the east coast. That's going to build back a lot of heat, a lot of instability, but we're going to have to kind of wait for it. And now see, as this trough begins to move through the western part of the U.S., we start to get this little feature down here in the coast, and what that is going to be a blocking low. And basically it's just going to prevent any of this moisture from the Gulf to move up into the Central Plains any further. So really we're banking on kind of today and tomorrow to get the bulk of that heat and humidity return before this blocks the majority of it from coming through. Now, it will move into our jet stream and kind of get collected up with that major storm system, but will it do that in time for enough heat and humidity to form is really kind of the question. You know, when you see these troughs kind of crashing through right into where a high pressure originally was, that tends to be two very different air masses kind of colliding. But if this is going to keep things cool and dry for this area and then more cool and dry clashes into that, it might not be as significant of a storm system. So we're going to see that start to get pulled up into the jet stream, and then there we are on Friday with our trough moving through this, the remnants of this getting pulled up into it maybe just in time before the remainder of that moves across the Ohio Valley. So we do see a cold front on our future temperatures moving through 5 p.m. tomorrow, looking like we're warming up a little bit through the Central Plains, and that's what we need before we get blocked. And then the rest of the week, not really much of a change in temperature until that cold front starts pushing through the North Plains by Friday evening. You know, sharp temperature gradient there, 53 in Kansas City, 32 in central Nebraska. And so that's what we have potentially for our cold front moving through with Friday's system. We also see a dry line forming, and again, it might be just in time. Look at that on Tuesday, really not anything spectacular on our dry line through the central Mississippi Valley and Central Plains. But then by Friday, it's possible that we could start to see just enough humidity coming into play right when that cold front and dry lines start to move through. So watching this on Friday, if we do get storms, again, it's probably going to be a just-in-time kind of system with that moisture and humidity return out of the Gulf Coast. So we'll see what we can get. Here's what our extended radar shows into later this week. Getting a little bit of a storm system developing here by Friday at 7 p.m. and the potential for things to intensify from Omaha to Wichita by Friday evening with that storm system passing through. So it's going to be probably a pretty quick turnaround on our instability and on our storm chances. We'll see what we get as we get closer to it, and obviously we're going to keep updating you guys. So go ahead and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video. Smash that subscribe button everywhere else. And then if you want to get in contact with us, you can call us at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com or check out hailtrace.com for more details. And we'll let you know what's going on this week as our risks come at us. But for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.